So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear night,
everybody, and
all the
welcome
ingredients
to
for a
today's
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then. Nothing but absolute focus in the eyes of Gennaro Gattuso, Jim, and no doubt he will be relishing every part of the battle.
Yeah, the very epitome of competitiveness and relentlessness. I mean, he's a real menace in every sense of the word. If you're on the ball, he'll chase you to the ends of the earth and back. I'm going to say only nice things about him for fear of him coming after me.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a cute ball, and he's picked it up out wide. Shot a goal! Maldini tries to clear. Roberto Carlos, a probing pass. Mbappe gets into a good position. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Nuno Mendes. Platini. And it's Mendes. Here's Nedved. Gattuso. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Great ball, and the shot! And it's a goal! Was there ever any doubt?
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
India finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Mbappe. Platini. India are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Romario always looking for that half a chance. Platini. And he's in on the finish! And that's a tiny finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
India are doing very nicely, thank you.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Oh, nice touch. Roberto Carlos has it in a wide position.
India are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Nesta. And it's Michel Platini. Now Gattuso. Nesta. Platini. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's surely a foul. Free kick. Pirlo. Gattuso proves too strong, too smart. Now it's Romario. 30 minutes gone. Now it's Platini. And that's been intercepted. Platini. Pirlo. Spread it left. And it's Michel Platini. And it's Nesta. Gattuso. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Roberto Carlos. Gattuso has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Tries to pass it through. Platini. Romario. And Romario! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Romario clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Nedved. Can he get it through? Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now, can they get him away? Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Oh, he's played it in low. And he's heaved it away. Gattuso. Nedved touches it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And he's forced to go back. And it's Mendes. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
There will be 1 minute
Mendes
added time.
is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Roberto Carlos. And the referee has blown for half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
And the boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game. And it's easier said than done, as we know.
That just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. We get things going again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Brilliant save from Buffon! Nedved. It's a good run down the right. Platini. Gattuso. Spread out to the left. Neymar. Platini. This looks... Takes a shot! Looking to play him in. He's having a shot! That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Platini. And he's had it nicked away. Pirlo. That's a good ball out wide. Nedved providing an outlet on that flank. Great chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nice control. And it's Mendes. He's being urged to shoot. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Platini. Maldini. Pirlo. And it's Gattuso. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. Romario. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Neymar is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Platini. Oh, what a ball! Neymar! Neymar! What about that one? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! It's all becoming so easy. A case now of complete control. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Real chance! And how did he not make it four?
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Nedved gets a foot in here. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe is onto this. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Platini, played out wide. Nedved.
India truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
And it's Neymar. Can he get away here? Knocks it into space. Gattuso. Mbappe. It's Pirlo. And here's Alvarez. Oh, it's come loose. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Opts for safety.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
He's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, easy pickings there. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Substitution.
it's Michel Platini. Great vision. Mendes receives it in a wide position. That's going to go a long way.
Substitutions taking place.
India making further changes here and in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
There will be 3 minutes added
India
time.
clearly now in lead preservation mode. Pirlo. Maldini. And it's Pirlo. Now Gattuso. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, some astute defending there. And time is up. India cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. How do you look back on the
Hello,
game then,
everybody,
Jim?
and this
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Gattuso. Gattuso making good progress on the right-hand side. And a chance! And it's a goal! And there is your opener. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found a pocket.
So, a breakthrough already. That's a throw. Puskás. Gattuso running with intent. Might be danger here. Puskás. Gattuso. Pirlo. Good ball, good take. Pass is just off target. Gattuso. That's Cannavaro. And it's Pirlo. Van Dijk. Produces a cross. Alvarez chasing after it. Pirlo. Distributed tidily. Oh, he's found support out wide. Puskás. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Yep, it's a corner. They've played it short. Neymar. Neymar going face to face with his great rival. And the shot! India have the chance to go the other way. Collar, can he finish? He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Now it's Puskás. Puskás with the terrific effort. And that's in. And there's the goal they've been looking for. What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
India are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it. India are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Roberto Carlos. It's a good foray he's making. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Gattuso. Neymar. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rafael Leao. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Neymar. Can he get it through? He's had a shot! He's got to be quick to recover this. Neymar. And no, he's seen through all of that. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Chance for a shot! Off the post! And that has fair fizzed.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. That's been cut out, well played. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. That's a nicely shaped ball. That's a decent clearance. Oh, he's been caught napping. And it's Gattuso. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Oh, that's well done, really robust. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Roberto Carlos. Gattuso. Here's Roberto Carlos. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gattuso. Neymar aims beyond the defence. Neymar.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Puskás. Koller, given the lift of his goal. Spread it left. Neymar has the space to scheme. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't
Please
fix
make
it.
sure
So
to
I think
watch
the manager
screen
has to
for an
resist
information
change
bulletin
at this
from the
stage.
regional police department.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Mbappe.
So the action
Number
resumes.
19, Rafael
Well, I think they
Leao.
have to be positive
Coming
despite
on
the
the field,
scoreline. The one
number
thing they don't want to
23,
do, Peter, is give
Van
away an early
Nistelrooy.
goal. But
Number
they can't afford to get
17,
too cagey
Pele.
either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
India come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Neymar. Nesta. And it's Nesta. Cannavaro. Pirlo. And here's Nedved. And it's Pirlo. Now Gattuso. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Defending of the desperate variety. Alvarez, renowned for his long-range shooting. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Roberto Carlos. Pirlo. That's tidy.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Nesta. India perhaps contemplating their next change here. Cannavaro. And it's Nedved. Pirlo looking to receive it in space. It is a corner. And it's been taken short. And here's Pirlo. Pirlo's cross. Maldini clears it away. Played out wide. Oh, good spread. Lovely feet. Pirlo picks it up out wide. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
India have their second corner now. Pirlo plays it short. No, he's not getting his way this time. And now they can spring out of defence. Van Nistelrooy strokes it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Gattuso is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And it's Roberto Carlos, who played through for the wide man. That has been cut short. Neymar. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nedved finding himself in space.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Now it's Alvarez. Nedved. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Van Nistelrooy. It's not an especially good pass, that. And he's forced to go back. Pirlo, played out towards the right wing. Oh, played right into his path. Great defending, strong and determined. Alvarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Gattuso.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Nedved. Neymar. It's a pretty loose pass. Pirlo. And that pass just didn't quite work. Pirlo. And this is Pele. Oh, there's a probing ball. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Neymar. Roberto Carlos. Chance to deliver. Oh, that's a fine interception. And that's that. India were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Well, after all of that,
Just
Jim,
a quick
what are you
reminder
thinking?
today,
Well,
please
Peter,
refrain
I
from
really
parking
couldn't see
outside
what this team
stadium.
was trying to achieve.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very
Hello,
nicely
everybody,
here.
and welcome to
Gorgeous,
today's
gorgeous
match.
evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Roberto Carlos, spread out to the left. He's picked his way through. That's good play. Pirlo, played out to the left flank. That's going across. Terrific effort! Oh no, it's an own goal!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Pirlo. Collar with the foul. Rafael Leao. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Collar. Neymar. And here's Rafael Leao. Neymar. Lovely feet. And it's Gattuso. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Collar dominates aerially so often.
India really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Neymar chooses to go crossfield. India are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Cannavaro. Van Dijk. Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Pirlo. Nuno Mendes. And he welcomes it in. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Van Dijk. Collar. Played out towards the right wing. Back towards the middle. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Rice plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Nice looking ball. Van Dijk does well to get it back. Neymar. Now it's Alvarez. Collar. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Kohler is offering a wry smile there.
Cannavaro tries to clear. Pirlo. Cannavaro getting this one clear. Goes for a shot! And it's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Puskás. He takes a shot! That has been knocked clear. Gattuso. And it's Neymar. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Neymar, good driving run. Gattuso has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Oh, terrible pass.
Has been indicated.
Rafael Leao, he's picked his way through, and that's played in low. Puskás. Now Gattuso. Neymar. And we've reached half-time. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Just a quick announcement. We would like to inform you that CCTV is now in operation for your safety.
We're on the move again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Kohler unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. It's a good run he's making out on the left. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Nuno Mendes. And it's Pirlo. Pirlo. Neymar. Gattuso, a picture of focus and alertness.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
This looks promising. Shoots! And he should have made them pay.
Rafael Leao has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Neymar is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. And it's Roberto Carlos. Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nesta. Here's Cannavaro. Van Dijk. Nuno Mendes. And it's Gattuso. Rafael Leao. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Kohler looking under... And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
substitution on the field. Number 19, Rafael Leao. Number 10, Gattuso.
India do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Coming on the field, number 18.
Nice control.
Pele. Number 6.
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Tries a measured ball, has another go! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. The ball has bounced loose now. And it's Neymar. It's Neymar! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught on it here. There's the shot! And it's there! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Simplicity itself.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Pele, closing in on the last quarter of an hour. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Puskás. There's the crossfield ball, and that has left him in a heap. Now it's Roberto Carlos. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Puskás. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Pirlo. Collier. Now, can they get him away? Mendes promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Pele, and it's Mendes. Done delicately. Collar absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Fernandes. Quality ball. Gattuso does really well to win the ball there. Collier. Oh, good spread. Pirlo. Alvarez receives it in a good position here. Now there's a fine ball. Collar showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Alvarez, never out of the action for very
There
long.
will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, important interception. Neymar, and he's intervened well there. And that is that. India cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of
Hello,
a match that
everybody,
will
and
really
welcome
get
to
the
today's
juices
match.
flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things already rolling. Nothing but absolute focus in the eyes of Gennaro Gattuso, Jim, and no doubt he will be relishing every part of the battle.
Yeah, the very epitome of competitiveness and relentlessness. I mean, he's a real menace in every...
And the shot! It's in!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
India really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
India finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Collier. And here's Alvarez. Distributed tidily. Puskás. Neymar. Tries to play it through. Oh, sweet feet. And it's Gattuso. It's a smartly directed ball. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, that looks a decent ball.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Now, can they get him away? He's being urged to shoot.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Gattuso. And it's Pirlo. That's a decent clearance. Crossed in again.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
India are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Puskás never out of the action for very long. Neymar going face to face with his great rival. Pirlo. Now it's Pelé. Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Nesta getting on for a third of the way through the game. Koller. Gattuso does really well there. He is strong. Puskás. Now Gattuso. Pirlo. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Alvarez! Not a bad try by any means. Roberto Carlos. Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence. Pelé. Oh, refuses to take the bait. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Now it's Alvarez.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Gattuso. And it's Cannavaro. It's Roberto Carlos. Neymar. And it's Neymar. And this is Pele. Gattuso producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Cannavaro. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Alvarez. Now it's Puskas. Well seen, saw that come. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking.
Please
India coming in at half-time, leading by 1 goal to nil.
From today's match are now available.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
India are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
And here's Roberto Carlos, crossed into the box.
Well played and well cleared.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neymar.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Neymar is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Collier. Collier! Well, now it's a race for the ball. India claim it back to much approval. And it's been hooked away. Not the most convincing of passes. India are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Nesta is a man so notably robust and... Oh, what has happened here? Looking for options for movement. He's found a way through. That looks a good cross. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. That's going to go a long way.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neymar, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Puskas is onto it in a flash. That's been slipped through. Collar. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Roberto Carlos. He's looking wide. And this is Pele. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Gattuso spots it and intercepts. Alvarez. He's having a pop! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Kola was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop.
India can now introduce the first of their substitutes. And this is Neymar.
India really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
This looks promising. Oh, that's fabulous. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Substitutions taking place.
No, he's not getting his way this time. Nedved. Gattuso. Played out towards the right wing. And that was asking for too much. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Roberto Carlos.
Substitution.
An instinctive delivery.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
They've played it short. Pirlo's cross. Keeper has taken decisive action. And it's Pirlo. And that's played in low.
India nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. It's a good run down the right. He is through here. Maldini eases him off the ball. Platini is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Neymar. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Van Nistelrooy, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
India pretty much coasted this, Peter. Should they have done more to kill it off? Absolutely. But at the same time, you can't say they...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening
Hello,
here.
everybody,
A
and
clear
welcome
night,
to
all the
today's
ingredients
match.
for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pirlo gets a foot in here. Great vision. Romario receives it in a wide position. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Pirlo. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Pelé. And it's Pirlo. Pirlo. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks.
He's given it away. He's picked his way through. Shot a goal! And he's done it! The first significant strike. Simplicity itself.
Mbappe really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
I doubt very much that this was it. Platini! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Platini deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. India are behind here despite their domination of possession. Pelé, and it's Neymar. And that interception was most necessary. Mbappe. Ambitious ball here. And Dijk deals with that comfortably. Pirlo plays it short. Looking for the run. Decent chance! And now they can spring out of defence. And he's picked out the run. He's in a... Takes a shot! Well, it's a fair try, but just off target.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing. India are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Romario. Can he get on the end of this? Look at the space here.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Nesta. That's a good foray he's making. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Maldini. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Threads one in. Cannavaro. Van Dijk. Gattuso. And it's Neymar. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And it's made its way to him. Oh, he's been caught napping. That is lovely. Now there's a fine ball. And he's chosen to go back. This looks promising. Crosses it in here. Cannavaro attempts a clearance.
India certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half. Just a set.
Oh, shooting chance! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Cannavaro. Now Gattuso. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide.
There they go, hunting again.
Platini. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neymar. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
There will be
And
one
it's
minute
Michel
added
Platini.
time.
He's going for goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Pirlo goes short. Neymar's cross. Terrific effort! And that signals the end of the first period. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Please join me in wishing all the best for members of our fan club celebrating their wedding anniversary today. Substitution on the field, number 25, Platini.
So the action
Coming
resumes.
on to replace him is
I think it'll be
number
fascinating
9,
to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
And this is Van Nistelrooy. Pelé. Oh, important interception. And they're quick to get it back. Now it's Romario. Now it's Mbappe. Nicely weighted ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
India clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Pelé. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Now it's Neymar. And that interception was most necessary. Maldini. India do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Nesta.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Not the most accurate pass. Oh, well measured. Romario has found the net here, of course. Time and again they are repelled. Looking for options for movement. That is a great pick out. It's loose now and they want to get it back.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Fernandes. India perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now this could be a chance. Fernandes. Pirlo. Gattuso. Now it's Pelé. Gattuso does really well to win the ball there. Neymar.